Let me ask you a question you probably never answered honestly. Why is it that no matter how many times you try to start over, you keep attracting the same kind of person? Different names, different faces, same pattern, same ending, same pain. You tell yourself you've changed. You tell yourself you've learned. You tell yourself, next time I'll choose better. But somehow, the universe places another version of the same person right in front of you, and you fall for them again. Today, we're going to uncover the psychology behind this, not the surface level feel-good explanations people usually give, but the real reason, the one rooted deep in your subconscious mind, the part of you that keeps choosing the same emotional pattern even when it hurts. Because you're not unlucky, you're not cursed, you're not doomed to repeat your relationships forever. You're just unaware of something incredibly powerful happening inside you. And once you understand why, everything changes. So if you're tired of repeating the same story, attracting the same people, and feeling the same pain, stay with me. This might be the most important psychological truth you hear all year. The uncomfortable truth. You don't attract what you want. You attract what feels familiar. And familiar does not always mean healthy. Let that sink in. The people you allow into your life, especially the ones who feel magnetic or meant to be, are rarely chosen by your logical mind. They're chosen by your emotional memory, by your attachment system, and by the childhood blueprint stored inside your subconscious. You are not drawn to what is good for you. You are drawn to what matches the emotional patterns you learned when you were young. And that is exactly why you keep attracting the same type of person every single time. Your brain isn't choosing love. It's choosing familiarity. The human brain has one primary mission: keep you safe, not happy, not fulfilled, not loved, just safe. And safe to your brain simply means what I've experienced before. So if you grew up around unpredictability, you will mistake unpredictability for passion. If you grew up around emotional distance, you will mistake emotional distance for normal. If you grew up around inconsistency, you will mistake inconsistency for chemistry. Your nervous system isn't attracted to people, it's attracted to patterns. And unless you become aware of those patterns, you will keep repeating them. You don't attract the same type of person every time by accident. You attract them because your mind is addicted to what it already knows. The blueprint theory. Why your first experiences become your attraction map. Every child, long before they understand words like trust, safety, or love, creates a psychological blueprint based on their earliest emotional environment. If love was loud, you'll find peace uncomfortable. If love was unpredictable, you'll crave chaos. If love required earning, proving, or chasing, you will feel drawn to people you have to earn, prove yourself to, or chase. This is why stable, kind, emotionally available people often feel boring to someone with a chaotic emotional history. Your brain isn't rejecting them. Your blueprint is. Your old emotional map says, love is something that makes you anxious. Love is something that hurts a little. Love is something you need to fight for. And until you rewrite that map, you will keep attracting the same character, even if the face changes. The trauma bond loop. Why the wrong people feel right. Here's a hard truth. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most feel the most like home. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you love drama. It's because your mind is trying to resolve unfinished emotional experiences from your past. This is called the trauma bond loop. Your brain unconsciously seeks out people who mirror the emotional wounds you never healed because it's trying to create a different ending to the same story. You don't want them. You want a chance to finally win the love you never received in the way you needed it. So you find a similar person. You recreate the same emotional dynamic, and you try to finally fix the original wound. Except it doesn't work. It never works. Because you're not healing the past, you're repeating it. This is why you attract the same person again and again. Not because you're failing, but because your inner child is still trying to make the story end differently. The chase addiction. Why certain people feel magnetic. Let's talk about that spark people always chase. You know, that instant connection, that rush, that intoxicating feeling of, this person is different. Except they're not different. You're not feeling a soul connection. You're feeling a familiar pattern being activated. Here's the psychology. When someone matches your childhood emotional blueprint, your brain releases a cocktail of dopamine, adrenaline, and cortisol. That cocktail feels like love, but it's not love. It's emotional reenactment. You confuse anxiety with excitement. You confuse unpredictability with attraction. You confuse intensity with intimacy. And every time you experience that rush, your brain becomes more addicted to that type of person and more blind to healthier options. This is why stable people feel safe, but unsafe people feel alive. Why you ignore red flags, and why your brain calls them green. You don't ignore red flags because you're naive. You ignore them because they match a pattern your brain already knows. If you grew up around emotional unavailability, unavailable partners feel familiar. If you grew up around conflict, peace feels suspicious. If you grew up around unpredictability, consistency feels like a trap. Your nervous system literally rejects what it's not used to, even if it's healthy. And this is why you keep attracting the same type of person. It's not attraction, it's a trauma-trained comfort zone. The breakthrough. You don't attract what you deserve. You attract what you're ready for. Here's the most important mindset shift you can ever make. You never attract better until you believe you deserve better. Let me repeat that. You never attract better until you believe you deserve better. People talk about attracting the right person, but you cannot attract the right person with unhealed wounds. You attract people at the level of your self-worth, your boundaries, your emotional awareness, and your sense of identity. If you don't feel worthy, you'll attract people who confirm that feeling. If you don't feel seen, you'll attract people who overlook you. If you don't feel safe, you'll attract people who make you anxious. None of this is your fault, but it is your responsibility to become aware of it, because the moment you change the internal system, the external patterns change automatically. How to break the cycle, the psychology of choosing different. Here's where the story shifts. You can stop attracting the same type of person. You can break the emotional pattern. You can rewire the blueprint. Step 1. Identify the pattern, not the person. Ask yourself, what emotional experience do all these people have in common? It's never about looks, profession, or interests. It's about the feeling they recreate. This is your pattern. Step 2. Rewire your familiarity compass. Start spending time around people who are consistent, emotionally available, calm, reliable, stable. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. It might even feel boring. That's your brain detoxing from chaos. Step 3. Heal the original blueprint. This is deep work, but it's life-changing. Ask yourself, what did I not receive in childhood that I am now chasing in adults? Once you name it, you stop unconsciously seeking it. Step 4. Set boundaries. Your old self never had. A boundary isn't a wall, it's a filter. You don't need to be rude, you need to be clear. When you enforce boundaries, you automatically repel the type of people who used to drain you. Step 5. Stop choosing people who trigger your wound. If someone feels like home, pause and ask, do they feel like home, or do they feel like my trauma? This one question can save you years of heartbreak. Step 6. Teach your nervous system what healthy feels like. Healthy love is calm, predictable, consistent, safe. At first, your body will reject it, but with repetition, you will unlearn chaos and relearn peace. The closing truth: you deserve a love that doesn't feel like survival. Here's the truth most people never hear. You don't attract the same type of person because the universe hates you. You attract them because your inner child is still searching for a story it never got. But you don't need to repeat that story anymore. You don't need to earn love. You don't need to chase love. You don't need to prove you're worthy of love. You just need to heal the part of you that learned love through pain. Because once you do, your entire attraction system resets. Your entire life resets. And the people you attract, the people you choose, the people you allow into your heart, they all begin to change. Not because the world changed, but because you did. You deserve a love that doesn't feel like a battlefield. You deserve a connection that doesn't drain you. You deserve a partner who doesn't make you question your value. You deserve peace, a kind of peace your past never taught you to expect. But now, you're finally ready to receive it. This is why you attract the same type of person every time. And this is exactly how you break the cycle forever.